back to the Week in Rock. Master entertainer David Lee Roth will be bursting back upon the scene next month with a new band, a new album called A Little Ain't Enough, and of course a tour. We tracked Roth down in Los Angeles recently to see what was new, and here's what we found.
A little ain't enough. I remember I'm the guy who told you years ago that everybody wants some. Well, that was then, this is now. Now it's 1991. And if everybody wants some indeed, well, then a little ain't enough. It appeared to me that, you know, if it was a good working title for a single, it'd be a great working title for an album and a spectacular working title for an entire career.
Almost 4 years after scaling a skyscraper, David Lee Roth is back with his third solo LP, A Little Ain't Enough. Rather than recording in his familiar surroundings of Los Angeles, this time Diamond Dave headed north to Vancouver, where he managed to create some Canuck controversy with a buxom babe spray-painted on the side of his studio.
It upset some people. I told them that, you know, 10,000 years from now, when they dig up Vancouver, they can either find a blank white wall in a parking lot and go, lucky we didn't live back then, or they could dig up something with a great graphic on it.
Part rock and roll screamer, part vaudeville showman. That appears to be Roth's longtime formula for success. But how does he describe it?
It's a question of balancing fury with a little sense of humor. A little bit goes a long way, but you have to have the balance. What we do musically here, and as far as going on the screen, I take it seriously as a heart attack. It's what other people think of me that I don't take seriously at all.
We caught up with Diamond Dave on the very close set of the first video from the album for the title track. And although we weren't allowed to see much of it, Roth told us what to expect.
What you're going to see is upwards of 150 characters. We've got some 22 different sets, and just to give you a little balance, we're the same guys who served you up Just a Gigolo. The idea behind the video is intrinsic in the concept of a little ain't enough. So let's do it big, bigger, biggest. I mean, that's the Honda principle, isn't it? If two's good, five is better.
But what about the principle behind the music? What will that new Roth album sound like?
Well, you can expect lead with your face guitar, kind of blues rock, sort of whoop it up, drop your pants kind of rock and roll.
Roth started out as a club singer, of course, with Van Halen, and while that group never made it as far afield as Minneapolis in its early days, that city does, in fact, boast one of the best-known rock clubs in the country, the one-time Prince hangout called First Avenue.